I was doing quite a bit of life coaching, and what I noticed is I found it difficult for me to coach people in life who want to stay stuck. Listen,
Man,
listen.
hey, I'm with you when you. Hey, I'm at church. I'm
Right,
listening.
right,
Yeah, yeah,
right, right,
amen.
right, right, right. Some people want to stay stuck.
Mm,
And so that began to be heavy on me. And what I know about entrepreneurship is that you can create anything that you want. So I said, you know what? I want to coach people who want to coach people. So I became the coach's coach. I now I teach the people that reach the people.
mm,
So I'll coach life coaches. Let them deal with all the people who act like they don't want to change anything, but let me coach the leader. Does
mm.
that make sense?
100%.
And like Jim Rohn says, if you're a leader, you're not a real leader unless you're creating other leaders.
Facts. Facts. Creating
So
opportunities for others.
creating opportunities for others and showing them how to lead their people. So, in entrepreneurship, the first thing that you start to do is probably not going to be the thing that you end up doing.
Man, yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that.
you
I've
know,
done 1,000 things,
and
but
it's
yeah.
okay to pivot, lean into the pivot
Hmm.
because we get to create life to be anything that we want. So just don't stick to something just because this is where you started. Allow yourself the grace to evolve into who you're supposed to be. And I feel like not even I feel like, I know I have arrived at that place where I'm like, I was designed to lead leaders. I was designed to be that person to lead women who lead others, to teach the people that reach the people. What I know to be true is that when a woman becomes confident in herself, she can conquer the world.
That's facts. I agree with
She
that.
becomes a better mate.
Mm.
She becomes a better mom. She becomes a better friend, daughter. She's just the light in the room. And once I figured out that if I can transfer confidence to women, I could own my own future. What I learned was that I had to stop one on one coaching. I used to do one on one coaching,
Okay.
and my days where I became like a high sought after coach to work with, if you will. And what I learned was no matter how much you charge per hour or for a package, there's still only so many hours in a day.
Facts.
So you're
Facts.
going to max out if you are teaching one on one.
Hmm.
And then that's when I switched to a group business model.
Okay.
And so what I do now is I teach seasoned coaches how to go from a one-on-one business model, no matter how great they are, how much they're charging, to transfer into a group coaching business model. And what that does for them, it does allows them to scale their impact because they're reaching more people, and scale their influence for the same reason, and to scale their income and work less amount of hours. And that is the sweet spot that every single coach is going to realize they have to do. So here's the thing. What you want to do as a seasoned coach is you want to have a free workshop. But don't just announce a free workshop and say you're having a free workshop. You want to create a wait list first. And you don't need to publish the date of that workshop until you have at least 25, 50 people on there, because everybody's not going to show up, right?
Hmm.
So this is how you have a workshop and not have empty seats.
Right.
A lot of coaches that come to me, they're like, I had a workshop or I had a webinar and nobody showed up. Well, because you didn't brand it right. You didn't wait. So you build that wait list first is the key. That's the cheat code. All right.
Understood.
In your stories and on your Instagram, you're building hype about this workshop. You're showing you get together the slide deck. You're talking about the transformation, right? So
Understood.
you're building hype. When you get 25, 50 people on, depending on how many people you want to bring in, it's
Hmm.
all a numbers game. When you get that many people on that wait list, then you publish the date. So then you say, hey, my date is 2 weeks from now. So now you already have people on the wait list. You with me?
Yep.
Now your date is 2 weeks from now. Now you're pubbing it with a date.
Mm.
So then you're getting, by that time you might get two, three, four, 500 people because you have a date. Now you can run ads. You can do whatever you want to do.
Got you.
Now, what's very important is the slide deck for your free presentation, your free workshop. It's got to be done in a high converting way.
Okay.
That's what they get from me.
So before we go too far, the slide deck, that's like a PowerPoint?
Yes.
Understood. Okay. I just wanted to make sure
Yes.
that we're tracking for somebody who didn't know that. All right, now
Yes.
continue. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Oh, no, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. I should have said slide. Your presentation.
Okay, yeah.
Your presentation unfolds your story, and the overarching thing is that it shows this is where you were, this is the epiphany that you had, this is what you figured out in that epiphany. Now, do you want me to help you because you're in that same situation? Come into my program. And so the slide deck, the presentation is so high converting that at the end of that, you sell them into your 30-day experience, your
Okay.
30-day boot camp,
Okay.
which is why I call it the Boot Camp Boss Academy, right?
Understood.
Here's the thing. You run that boot camp, you build amazing community. You gotta build community. Every coach, you gotta build community, right? Because at the end of that 30 days, you're taking those that are ready up into a high ticket experience. Those that aren't quite ready, you're taking them into a low end membership.
What type of entrepreneurs or leaders do you have in your camp? Therefore, somebody listening, like, man, they're probably wondering
Yeah.
if this is for me. What kind of people you got
Yeah.
in there?
I work with a lot of real estate coaches because my husband is a real estate investor. So I travel with him when he travels, and I'm always rubbing elbows with those types of people. So I work with quite a few of those. I work with a lot of life coaches. I work with a lot of motivational coaches who have been speaking from stages, but they haven't been selling anything. And it's like, you can motivate people, but don't you want to make some money too? Want to be an inspirational coach, but you need something to sell when you come off that stage. Lead these people into a group program.
Got you. I don't think a lot of people look at it like
I
that.
think every coach, whether they're motivational, inspirational, real estate like yourself, you need to be looking at what group can I run to create a high ticket out of that? And then all you're doing is having that free workshop, leading them into a paid program, and then selling high ticket and then membership. No matter what it is you're selling, people are people.
Mm-hmm.
People are people, no matter how much money they make, where they are. People are people, and there's a thought process that makes somebody feel like they need the thing.
Who should teach? Because basically you told me anybody that has any type of expertise and knowledge in something.
Yes.
But you worded it so beautiful. Because somebody listening to this is wondering, like, man, is she talking to me?
Yes.
Who should enter your program?
Oh wow, that's a great question. It's anybody who has something educational to teach, or anyone who has a story. For example, you teach real estate.
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching, look at it like you bake a cake, right? When you're teaching them, they know they have to have flour, they have to have eggs, they have to have an oven, they have to have a pan. You're teaching them those moving parts, but they still don't know how to put the cake together. So they have to come to you to learn how to bake the cake.
Mm-hmm.
How does the stove need to be all the way hot before you put it in?
I'm
Does
gonna
it
put
need
that
to
thing
sit
on
out?
700.
Right. That's what a coach is for, right? So you're teaching them that from an educational perspective. But someone does not have to they don't have to have an education to teach something. I teach a lot of divorced women who become divorce coaches. Did they have an education in that divorce? They have experience.
Mm-hmm.
And they know the woman that is now going through a divorce, they know what she needs to hear. You have information that people want and need, you have a business. So everyone, watching this podcast right now, they've got to look at what do they have, what information do they have that someone wants and needs, and how can they position themselves as the go-to authority to say, I'm the person. Your story will not go in vain if you now are willing to help someone else who's in that place get through it easier because you're willing to be vulnerable. You didn't go through that just for you. So bring it full circle and be willing to reach back and say, I went through I walked this road And what I want to tell you is there's a pothole right there. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
When you get down this far, there's going to be an oak tree to the right. I want you to turn right. That you got to be willing to do that.
Got you. Got you. I guess I didn't want it to seem like a shameless plug.
No, it's the true story.
Facts.
It's true.
Facts.
I tell my clients, look at it from the one method, WWON.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at what you went through, you know, that's the W, and the O is what you've overcome, and the N is what you're never going back to. If you have those things, and your story does have those things, then it's your duty to pull back and teach it to someone else.
Boom. Say less. Say less.
It's your duty. It's not an opinion. It's your duty.
Never looked at it like that.
But look at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Struggle is a choice. I've heard you say struggle about 7 or 8 times. Struggle is a choice.
I never looked at it like that.
You can choose to take that struggle and say, I have struggled with this. I now choose to let go of the struggle. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to sit it right here. Because what's more important is for me to not have somebody be as traumatized as I was, especially as a Black male. We Black women, it's become a thing to be cool to, oh yeah, I'm going to see my therapist. For a long time, it was taboo, right? Now it's like, it's okay for a Black woman to say she's going to her therapist. But as a Black man, how many people need you?
It's hundreds, you know what I mean? It's hundreds
Only
of people.
hundreds?
Thousands of people.
Okay.
Probably millions.
Because, real dudes.
I'm
saying real dudes.
Yeah. No, I get it.
They need to hear that. Look, like you said, look at Wall Street Trapper. He has built the following he has because people resonate with his story.
Facts.
And he's willing to be vulnerable in that place.
Agreed.
You're not using it. It's
real. I think I just never looked at it as a duty. And I think that that's a great perspective to lead with for me today. And anybody listening to this today. To add, when you said struggle is a choice, ooh, you put me in my place. You say, hey, get out that corner. It's cool though.
Struggle is a choice. Don't use it as a crutch.
You know what? We on camera, so y'all gonna have to hold me accountable as we move forward. But no, got you. And I mean, I'm glad I shared that with you because there's somebody on the other side of the camera probably like, I don't know how to even go about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so like the way you broke it down with the one, like, I like that. What empowered you to just let go? Because the more money you make, the harder it is to quit your 9 to 5.
Yes. You mean the more money you make at the 9 to 5?
Exactly.
Well, I call it golden handcuffs. They keep paying you more and they have golden handcuffs on you to not leave. But how much does it cost for them to buy your dreams, to make you forget your dreams, is what it boils down to. They're paying you they're paying you $200,000 a year. Is that how much forgetting your dreams cost? That's what you got to look at. I mean, I had a 6-figure salary when I left. But the epiphany for me was I had done everything I wanted to do there. I traveled, I'd, worked some great cases. I was in federal drug crimes, DEA.
Got you.
Right.
Wait a minute, we learning some new stuff. Okay.
So I had worked.
You ain't got your pistol on you right now?
No. I had worked. Mexican drug cartels was my specialty. It was my vice. Wiretaps. I worked abroad.
Got you. So you would have actually done well in the episode where we did The Boys in the Hood. When we was in the hood, you would have been comfortable.
Yes. Trabajaba en la Embajada Americana.
Oh, wow. Con los vatos.
En el Perú. So, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in el Peru. So I worked at the American Embassy in Lima, Peru for 3 years. So I say that to say I'd done all the things that I wanted to do. And so one day I was sitting at my desk and I'm like, I am 39 years old. Is this it? Is this, and then every year you get to meet with the advisors of when you're able to retire and how much money you're going to get. And I'm looking at my thing and I'm like, I'm 39. They say I got to be here till I'm like 67 to get my full pension. This is the world's success because I made it, But it's not my view of success if I still have to ask, can I take my kids to the doctor? And you want to note if it's been over 3 days. So it began to feel not authentic and genuine to me. So there's that struggle. So for anyone who's watching this podcast right now, that you have that corporate job, you did everything that they said for you to do, but you feel in your heart, you know that you are meant for more. Entrepreneurship, dip your toe in it, see what it's about. At least give yourself permission to check it out and create your own reality.